Here on a hot Sunday afternoon, but what better place to be on a Sunday afternoon than the ballpark, Bosse Field. We're talking to a guy I should call Captain K, because he is now the all-time strikeout leader with the Otters. Tyler Vail, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your earliest memory of the game of baseball?
Earliest memory? Probably when I was like 3 or 4 maybe, and my dad used to roll me ground balls in the living room, and he'd probably roll me like 10 of them, and the last one he said, "Hey, if you catch it, you're done," you know? So I would drop it on purpose so we can keep going. Yeah, so that was probably, yeah, so it started at a young age, very young.
So do you play a lot of Little League?
Yeah. We were actually 2 wins away from going to Williamsport.
Wow.
Yeah. But we lost to a team that went to the League World Series, so I guess it wasn't all that bad.
Well, it'd be a big team.
Yeah. So I think I played Little League I played up 1 year, so I think 2 years. So it was a lot of fun. Played second, short. Yeah, it was fun.
Now high school. Did you settle in to be a pitcher then, or were you a pitcher earlier in that?
I probably started pitching way earlier, probably when I was like 8 or 9. But I just threw strikes. I didn't throw very hard. And then in high school, I loved playing second base and shortstop, and I just was very good at pitching. So it kind of like when I got older, like junior, senior year, it was just like, all right, I'm a better pitcher than I am a hitter or whatever, you know. So
you
kind of just fell into my own, you know. So
who are some of the guys that you really admired as a kid growing up and watching?
Derek Jeter. I went to a lot more Yankee games than Phillies games. I live right outside the Philadelphia area, so I went to a lot more Yankee games. I just remember staring at Jeter. Like, we'd go early for BP, and I would just stare at him, you know. And him and pitchers, I really liked Jose Fernandez. Unfortunately, he passed away. I think 2 or 3 years ago. But I always he was the only pitcher that I would watch. Like, I would see when he was starting, and I'd watch his starts from 1 to whatever 6 or 7 innings. I also liked Roger Clemens. He was obviously, being a Yankee fan, he kind of like, you know, was a power pitcher, you know, and a strong guy, threw hard, so that was appealing to me.
Now, you ended up being drafted into the A's organization.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time with some of the brass there, Bob Melvin and some of the other guys?
Yeah, like I met Billy Beane once or twice. I was actually there. I played 5 years with the A's, so I was there when they were filming Moneyball. So I saw some of the spring training clips they did, so that was pretty cool. I didn't see Brad Pitt or anything, but it was cool just to be around that, like, you know, that film atmosphere. I met Bob Melvin. I met Ricky Henderson.
Ricky.
Yeah, he
Ricky.
Talks in the third person.
Ricky, oh yeah, Ricky.
Yeah, I kind of took me off guard when I first was talking to him. I didn't really know what to do, you know, because there's a BP and we're sitting out like in like center field, and I was like, he's talking to me. I'm like, I don't know what to say, you know. And I was like, oh, cool, you know. I didn't really know. But who else? Bob Melvin, Billy Beane, Ricky, and then like other minor leaguer coaches who are in the big leagues now. But yeah, like I mean, like Billy Beane was obviously the guy to meet, you know. But he was a really nice guy.
Now, I know you also ended up going into the Diamondbacks organization, but how did you end up settling here in Evansville? What led you to coming here?
Well, me and Andy are from the same area in Pennsylvania, and we have my pitching coach when I was younger. Him and Andy are best friends, so kind of just was a perfect situation where he told me, I think it was my 3rd year with the A's, he told me, hey, if anything happens, you can come play in Evansville. And I was like, oh, you know, I don't know anything about Evansville. I didn't think I'd be playing 4 years here, you know, so it was kind of cool to have that connection early. And once I got released from the A's, I didn't really know what to do, you know, because I was kind of shocked that, you know, I don't have a job anymore, you know. And so Andy goes, yeah, just come here and play and see what happens. And 4 years later, you know, here I am.
What do you think of Bosse Field?
Oh, I love it. It's, I mean, I've played in a lot of places, but I've never played in a place where the fans feel right on top of you, you know, and like the sound of the glove, how close it is, like it makes it seem like you're throwing harder than you actually are, you know, because the glove pops nice. But this is probably one of my top 3 places to pitch in professional baseball, easily.
Now, you have, as a fan observing this, you have really been pitching well this year, and it seems like as compared to last season, you've been really striking out a lot more guys. What is the one aspect you think you attribute to your success this season?
Honestly, just having fun. You know, I'm not really worrying about what happens. You know, I'm just letting my natural ability take over, and I'm honestly having the most fun I've ever had. Like, I've never really joked around with Ryan Long at third or Crone at second, but now, like this year, for some reason, I don't know what clicked, but I'm just like joke around with them during the game. you know, and I honestly just don't care what happens. I'm just like, I know I'm good enough to get these guys out, and the strikeouts are just coming. So
you're
working out, yeah.
You're doing real well.
Thank you.
One thing we really appreciate about you, and I was told this by a couple people, and I finally went ahead and researched it.
Yeah.
You have a charity.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to talk to wrap up our talk about your charity, what got it started, and also info for people that are interested in checking it out.
Yeah, in 2013, my cousin passed away, Sam. She was 23, and she passed away of a brain aneurysm. And like me and my cousins are super close. We spent every summer together, you know, and we're like brothers and sisters. So, you know, her passing away obviously was terrible. So I tried, me, my parents, and my aunt and uncle, her parents sat down and we were thinking like what I could do for baseball. Since I play baseball, you know, we got to think of something to raise money. So we came up with Strikeouts for Sam. So every strikeout I get, my family or anybody can pledge money for, you know, how many strikeouts I get at the end of the year. They pledge money and it goes to a organ donation house because she donated her organs to people. So, you know, we give back to that house where people stay if they're waiting for a donation or if they're like, if they're recovering, you know, waiting to go home. So yeah, I think last year we raised $1,300. So
very good.
Yeah, it's my 5th year doing it, so it's been going up every year. So
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. If anybody out there wants to get involved and donate, where do they contact?
Facebook page, Strikeouts for Sam. My sister runs it, so she does a great job with keeping up with everybody and posts how many strikeouts I have and stuff. So yeah, she does a great job with that.
Last question here.
Yeah.
You were coming close to doing the 200 or getting your 200 strikeouts and then breaking the record. Did you know it? Had you been told, or did you all of a sudden you just kind of maybe find out that day or after the fact?
Well, my parents were in town like 2 weeks ago, and my dad said, "Oh, I looked at the records, and you're close to strikeouts." I'm like, "No way!" You know, I didn't really think about it. And then probably about a week ago, I got a strikeout, and Preston came over, or Zane came over to the mic and said, "Oh, that's my whatever it was, 200 strikeout." I was like, "Oh, you know, I didn't. Like, that's a lot of strikeouts." I didn't really think anything of it. And then Dave, the radio guy, goes, "Hey, you need 2 more." I was like, "2 more for what?" You know? He goes, "For the record." I said, "Oh, for real?" So then in Florence, I got him right away in the first inning, and then, you know, I didn't really notice it, but it was pretty cool, you know, to be a strikeout leader of a team, you know. So
well, it is. You know, records basically, you know, the records are made to be broken, but they're also made to be held.
That's true.
Tyler, I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You come out here and check this guy out. He is one of the really good guys in the game. And check out Strikeouts for Sam. It's a great organization. Thanks for your time. God bless.